Hello and welcome to GOA365 News Now. I am Subhashish and these are the headlines. Search for missing rider from ill-fated accident atop Mandovi Bridge still on. Choppers join patrol boats in scanning the murky waters of Mandovi. State Cabinet greenlights proposal to convert employment status of around 40 ESI employees from part-time to contract basis. Mine Development Production Agreement with Vedanta Goa for the Bicholi Mineral Block also announced. Warmer weather expected over the coming weekend, highs to hover in the low 30s range. And now for the news in detail. The State Cabinet has given the green light to a proposal to convert the employment status of around 40 ESI employees from part-time to contract basis. Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant also announced that the government is set to sign a mine development production agreement with Vedanta Goa for the Bicholi Mineral Block in the recent cabinet meet.
In a press conference following the State Cabinet meeting on Friday, Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant revealed key decisions made during the meeting. Notably, the Cabinet approved the conversion of 40 ESI workers' appointments from part-time to contract basis. The employees have been working on part-time basis for 20 years, informed CM Sawant.
ESI चे पार्ट टाइम्स वर्कर्स आशिल्ले लॉंग टर्म तांकां आमी कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट बेसिसचेर घेतल्या. That is for the approximately more than 15 years they were working on as a part timer म्हणून. तांकां बेनिफिट त्यांची सॅलरी तांकां वाडून मेळटली न्ही. The approximately 40 part-time employees were there working in department for the 20 years. ॲटलिस्ट कशा खबर आहा तांकां न्याय दिवपा खातीर तांकां आमी कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट बेसिसचेर केल्या जेणे करून तेंची सॅलरी जी आहा पळय न्ही रे ही तांकां पयलीं 15,000 बीन मेळटाली ती तांकां आतां निदान 25,000 तरी वयतले ते. That is a major decision.
Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant also announced that the state government will soon sign a mine development production agreement and mining lease deed with Vedanta Goa for the Bicholi Mineral Block. Vedanta Goa, which had previously won the e-auction for the block, has already secured the necessary environment clearance, according to Sawant.
We are signing the mine development and the production agreement, MDPA and the mining lease deed approval. Vedanta पयलीं आमी जे ऑक्शन केल्लें तेजो आज आमी पयलो MDPA सायन करता, मायन डेव्हलपमेंट एंड प्रोडक्शन एग्रीमेंट विथ द वेदांता गोवा. तेंच्यांनी आपले सगळे इट इज एन सायनींग ऑफ द एग्रीमेंट विथ दॅट कंपनी. जे लीज तांकां मेळ्ळेलो तो एग्रीमेंट सायन करपाक ऑक्शनांतल्यान मेळ्ळेलो तो. तांच्यांनी EC बीन सगळे मेळयले आपले. नाव द गव्हर्मेंटची प्रोसिजर उरता तेंच्या वांगडा लीज सायन करपाची. सद्या पयलीं तेंच्यांनी एकट्यानूच क्लियर करून दिल्या एकूच ब्लॉकाचे. बाकीच्यांनी अजून क्लियर करून आपले प्रपोजल दिवंक ना. वेदांता इज द फर्स्ट तेंच्यांनी दिवपी. इट इज एन बिचोले ब्लॉक.
Vincent Rosario, Manish Parab and Sanika Nagvekar for Goa 365.
Vasco RTO on Friday cracked down on rent-a-cab cars parked in and around the city by their owners. Given that the port town is already facing a shortage of parking spaces, police reaffirmed that rent-a-cab business owners cannot use public spaces to keep their cars. Ironically, white taxis too have to follow same rules. However, nothing is being done. Our reporter Hiru Mahale has more on this.
रेंट कॅब आणि रेंट बाईक हे जो आपलो बिझनेस हा हे खंय तरी पब्लीक प्लेसीचेर ऑपरेट करता. आपलो बिझनेस हा ऑपरेट करता. तशेंच तेंच्यो ज्यो गाडयो आहा, कार्स आहा, बायक आहा हे खंय तरी पब्लीक प्लेसीचेर पार्क करता. आनी ह्याच खातीर लोक जे मार्केटान जाल्यार ऑफिस कामा खातीर लोक येतात हे पब्लीक प्लेसीचेर तांकां पार्किंग करपाचें आसता पूण तांकां पार्किंग प्लेस मेळना कित्याक की ह्यो ज्यो कार्स आहा बायक आहा हे खंय पार्क केल्ले आसतात. ह्याच संदर्भान जे RTO आहा हेंच्या कडेन जायत्यो कंप्लेनी पावल्यो. तशेंच म्युन्सिपाल्टीने फाटल्या दिसांनी रेजोल्युशन घेतलें खंय तरी ही जी एरिया आसा हे पे पार्किंग करचें जेणे करून हे जे लोक कोण दवरतात तेंच्या कडसून चार्जीस घेवपाचे म्हणून. आनी आयज ह्याच संदर्भान आयज RTOन आयज खंय तरी स्ट्रिक्ट एक्शन घेतलेलें आसा. तेंच्यांनी आयज तांकां चलनींग फायन इम्पोज करपाचें ठरयल्लें आसा आनी सकाळसून आयज ते सगळे कडेन वास्कोन सगळे फिरोवन हे गाडयांचे नंबर आनी तांकां फायन इम्पोज करपाचें काम चालू केलां. आनी ही जी ड्रायव्ह आहा ही टोटल कंटिन्यू उरतली अशें तेंच्यांनी सांगलें. आनी हे अशे जे बिजनस कोण ऑपरेट करता तेंच्यांनी आपल्या खंयचे बिजनस प्रिमायसिसान खंयतरी ऑपरेट करपाक जाय, आपली खंय तरी प्लेस आसपाक जाय, ना की पब्लीक प्लेसीस जाग्यार ऑपरेट करपाक जाय, जेणे करून लोकांक जे आहा हे त्रास जावपाक जायना. कित्याक की लोक जे येतात तांकां पार्किंग मेळपाक जाय. आनी हे कॉमर्शियल जे बिजनस करता तेणे आपल्या खंय तरी प्रिमायसिसान एक बिजनस ऑपरेट करपाक जाय.
खंयतरी वास्कोन एक कारवाई चालू आसा, कितें म्हणून आसा?
आज आमी ते स्पेशल ड्रायव एक घेतला की सदांच आमकां कंप्लेन येताल्यो पब्लिकांच्यो की पब्लीक प्लेसीचेर पार्किंग प्लेसीचेर जे कार पार्किंग आहा पब्लीकचे सदांच ते रेंट कॅबवाले पार्क करतात आनी तांकां पार्क करपाक मेळना. अशें आमचे कडल्यान खुबश्यो कंप्लेन येताल्यो. म्हणटकीर आमी ते आज मुद्दाम एक स्पेशल ड्रायव सकाळ फुडें स्टार्ट केला. आज सकाळच्यान आमी जवळ जवळ 15-20 व्हेकलांक चलन इश्यू केल्ले आहा, रेंट कॅब व्हेकलांक ज्यो पब्लीक पार्किंग प्लेसीचे आसा. ताचे फुडें मागीर अकॉर्डिंग टू द लॉ आमी एक्शन घेतली.
आनी हेर कडेन आसतले की
आसा आनीकूय मुखार वता आमी. सद्या आतां 2-3 कडेन आयल्यात. वी आर गोईंग फॉरवर्ड. जितले खंय पार्किंग प्लेसीस पब्लीक पार्किंग प्लेसीस आमकां रेंट कॅब स्पेशली मेळटा पळय तांकां आमी चलन इश्यू करतले आनी तांचेर एक्शन घेतलें.
एक्शन म्हणल्यार कितें कितें आसता तांकां?
एक्शन तागे डिफरंट एक्शन आहा. परमिटाचेर एक्शन घेवपाक जाता किंवा पार्क करता. इट डिपेंड्स सपोज मागीर डॉक्युमेंटेशन ताणें चॅक करून मागीर रायट नाव आय कॅनॉट टेल यू वॉट टू डू.
हिरू महाले, सुभाषिश गोवेकर and ओमकार देशप्रभु for GOA365.
We will take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. The search for the victim of yesterday's accident on Mandovi Bridge continues. Patrol boats have been scanning the murky waters for the man since yesterday, and they were even joined by a chopper closer to sundown in a last-ditch effort to find the victim before dark.
Adding to a long list of rent-a-car related accidents, the Mandovi incident just highlights the lack of action we've been seeing from authorities to crack down on rash driving and drunk driving in general, and especially by rented vehicles driven by tourists. As of right now, cops have arrested the owner of the rent-a-car that was involved in the accident, and from what we've gathered, they have also brought in the passengers who were in the car at the time for questioning. Where the case goes from here is what remains to be seen.
ह्या ब्रिजाचेर आतां काल एक एक्सिडेंट जाल्लो. एक रेंट कॅब मारून एक 2 व्हिलर्स दर्यांत पडलो. सो तो आजून आतां 24 आवर्स जाली, तो आजून मेळोंक ना. सो कोणाक खबर तो आहा आजून जितो वो कितें पळयता. एज ऑपोजिशन म्हणटा हिंगा जाय ब्रिजाचेर कॅमेरा बा म्हणून बोर्ड मारलेले आहा, पूण कॅमेरा ना. अटल सेतू वो हे दोनूय मांदोवी ब्रिजांचेर कॅमेरा ना. हे म्हणटा ते एक घडी ते आसोंक जाय आसले. दुसरें आतां हिंगा फाटल्या दिसांनी लास्ट मंथ SP ट्रॅफिकान हिंगा ब्रिजाचेर कोन घातलेले डिवायडरांचेर, आनी फॉर सेफ्टी ऑफ लोकांक सेफ्टी हें जावपाक न्ही. पूण लोकांनी कितें केलें, लोकांनी ते कोन गाडी मारून ओवरटेक करून फोडून उडयले. ते कोनाचे हें करून तेंचे कितलेच कोण डॅमेज केले आनी आनीक प्रॉब्लेम केले. सो आतां कोणाचो गुन्यांव हितून.
Meanwhile, members of the opposition parties have really sunk their claws into the issue. Congress's Amit Patkar has even demanded that the Minister for Transport, Mohan Godino, resign, arguing that the minister has done nothing to curb the number of fatalities linked to road accidents.
I'm feeling very sorry for the departed soul and the family. My heartfelt condolences. Yesterday there were 3 accidents. 3 people have lost life. One is in Panjim, one is Daboli, and one is Bamboli. Last week we had, this week only we had gone to the Director of Transport to question them on the serious deaths which are happening in the state of Goa. In 48 hours, 5 people lost life last week. Yesterday we saw within 24 hours, 3 people have lost their life. Goa has become a death trap. It is no more a tourist destination, it is no more a touristic place. Goa has become a road killer, taking lives of the people. This is a serious issue. We demand to sack the Director of Transport, Government of Goa, and the Minister has to resign because he has failed to protect the life of Goans.
Second thing, rent a car आमी पळयला फकत आतां रस्त्यार एक्सिडेंट करतात ते शेतांत चलयतात, बिचेर चलयतात, नाक थिंगा दोऱ्यान पासून वयतात ते. सो हांव जाणा केसो ड्रायव्हिंग शिकल्यात ते. So I think there has to be very strict controls about the driving. This is the way it is. They speed like hell. They cut anywhere. They turn around anywhere. They reverse in any place. And this is causing us inconvenience and the accidents. For me, I believe, first thing is, I'm going to fault the government on this, and I have this strong statement to make. There are speed governors to be put for these rent-a-car vehicles. Why are they not putting the speed governors? What fixing is going on with the department or with the authorities? I want to know this. Why the speed governors? I want all these vehicles to be checked on the road today, and you make sure that each vehicle which does not have speed governor should be impounded. And until that speed governor is put, the vehicle should not be released. A foolproof mechanism to make sure that the one to whom the vehicle is given should be driving responsibly. Do you tell them the rules? Do you tell them how Goa is not fully safe to drive recklessly? Because the way that they drive, there are amge ponne roste, side roste asat. There are many side roads. So when there are side roads, log bahar aata tinga. So they don't know about these hidden dangers which they have to face. So if you don't know, like when we go to an outside place, we drive cautiously. So it should not happen that you come here and you drive like how you are driving in your city. Third thing is, a accident korun naat jatat. Who is responsible? The owner of this rent-a-car. So I don't agree that they should be let off. They should be kept here and they should be arrested. Now this man who has created, first thing is he was overtaking. There's no overtaking allowed on this bridge. Apparently at the impact that udopak buyer, that means for this boy to fall out of his bike into the river, the impact has to be big. It is not a small impact. It's not a slow impact. That means this man was, rent-a-car was driving very fast. Therefore I feel it's a case for 304 part 2 guaranteed. It can't be 304A because now the body has not been recovered till now. So I assume, I hope against hope, I hope he has survived, but it looks like it's very bleak chance. But if it is, if he has caused death, this driver must be booked under 304 part 2.
Minister for Transport Marvin Godino was grilled on the rising number of road deaths and specifically about the Mandovi accident. Godino was quick to say that action was taken on the parties involved in the fatal accident, but he then sought to shift the blame onto owners of rented vehicles, even though the whip is in his hand to crack down on both erring drivers and rent-a-car owners who he alleges are not adhering to road laws.
जे कडेसून हे दोन एक्सिडेंट जाल्ले आसा वो जायत आसा थोडे SOP फॉलो करपाचे आसतात जे कोणा लायसन्स दिल्ले आसता तेणी कोणूच ते कांय SOP एकदां फॉलो करना हांवें तांकां शोकॉज नोटीस दिवपा लायला जे कोण मेन ओनर आहा तांकां जे कोण ओरिसाचो आसलो तेजे लायसन्स कॅन्सील करपा आमचे RTO तांकां ओरिसा RTO बरयतले तेजे लायसन्स कॅन्सील करपा नेग्लिजन्सान तेजे कोण एकटो उदकान पडून तो मेला म्हूण तेच बरोबर आमी दुसरे एक्शन रेंट अ कार SOP फॉलो करना तांकां नो ड्रंकन ड्रायव्हिंग ड्रायव्ह स्लोली उमके कडेन नॅरो रोड्स आहा विलेज रोड्स आहा तेणी सांगपा जाय कोणूच हे रेंट अ कार दिता ते ओनर सांगना पार्किंग मेन विशय आसता खंय मेळटा थिंगा पार्किंग चोक करता मुद्दम तुमकां सांगपा जाय गेले ते 3 वर्सां आमी एकूय फ्रेश लायसन्स रेंट अ कार हेच कारणा लागून करूना बिकॉज दे आर टोटली नेग्लिजंट एज एन एक्सिडेंट्स लायक दीस वील कीप ऑन हॅपनिंग इफ दे आर नॉट केअरफूल एक्शन जे घेवपा जाय ते आमी घेयत आसा न्यू मोटर व्हेकल एक्ट आयले तुमी मुद्दम पळया फायन्स हॅव इन्क्रीज चॅलेंजिंगूय इन्क्रीज जाला वेदर फ्रॉम RTO फ्रॉम पुलीस पूण लोक तरी आसतना दे ब्रेक द रूल्स माय सिंपल रिक्वेस्ट टू एवरीवन प्लीज फॉलो द रोड रूल यू डोंट ओन द रोड टू रस्त्याचे येयले म्हणटच आपण हे रस्तो गेल्ले भशेन लोक चलयता कांय काळजी नासतना कायद्याचे पालन करनासतना अशें कशें जातलें कितले म्हूण पुलीस मॉनिटर करतले आनी बाकीचे मॉनिटर करतले.
Subhashish Goekar, Vincent Rosario, Srishti Thanekar and Nikhil Zalmi for GOA365.
In a historic moment in the space exploration field, a private lander touched down on the lunar surface. Intuitive Machines, the company behind the spacecraft, confirmed the landing, making it the first US spacecraft to reach the lunar surface in over 50 years.
The landing marks a significant achievement for the US as it is the first time the country has returned to the moon since the iconic Apollo missions. It also represents a milestone for private businesses, as Intuitive Machines is the first company to successfully land on the moon, a feat previously achieved by only 5 countries including India. The spacecraft, named Odysseus, descended from a low orbit and navigated to the surface, searching for a suitable landing spot among the rugged terrain near the moon's south pole. After a tense wait, the company announced they received a weak signal from the lander confirming its touchdown. The lander, which stands at 14 feet tall and is made of carbon fiber and titanium, carried 6 experiments from NASA as part of the agency's efforts to commercialize lunar deliveries in preparation for the planned return of astronauts in the future. Here's what NASA Administrator Bill Nelson had to say post-successful landing of Odysseus.
On the 8th day of a 250,000-mile voyage, a voyage along the Great Cosmic Bridge from the launch pad at the Kennedy Space Center to the target of the south pole of the moon, a commercial lander named Odysseus, powered by a company called Intuitive Machines, launched upon a SpaceX rocket carrying a bounty of NASA scientific instruments and bearing the dream of a new adventure in science, innovation, and American leadership in space. Well, all of that aced the landing of a lifetime. Today, for the first time in more than a half century, the U.S. has returned to the moon. Today, for the first time in the history of humanity, a commercial company, an American company, launched and led the voyage up there. And today is a day that shows the power and promise of NASA's commercial partnerships. Congratulations to everyone involved in this great and daring quest at Intuitive Machines, SpaceX, and right here at NASA. What a triumph! Odysseus has taken the moon. This feat is a giant leap forward for all of humanity. Stay tuned.
Intuitive Machines' accomplishment is the latest in a series of lunar landing attempts by various countries and private companies seeking to explore and potentially profit from the moon. Japan recently achieved a lunar landing, joining the ranks of Russia, the US, and India, who have all previously accomplished this feat. As the world looks to the moon once again, Intuitive Machines' successful landing marks a significant step forward in the commercialization of space exploration and the continuation of humanity's quest to understand and explore the cosmos. Manish Parab and Sangeeta Oli for GOA365.
We will take another short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. And lastly, for the weather, as we move into the weekend, citizens can expect warmer weather with high temperatures in the low 30s. Winds also die down as Saturday arrives, so it is likely that we are going to be sweating it out this weekend. Here's the full breakdown of Saturday's weather.
Starting off the day cool and foggy with temperatures in the upper teens, the day will quickly get hot and humid. The high will taper off at a moderate 31, but with the sun bearing down under clear conditions, the real feel will likely be a bit higher. Winds might pick up as the day progresses, but we are anticipating only a light, gusty wind through the day. The low for this day will be anywhere between 18 and 20 thanks to a lack of cloud cover. Warmer weather in store for Saturday. Maximum and minimum temperatures on Saturday 31 degrees Celsius and 20 degrees Celsius respectively. Fog likely at a few places, commuters to stay alert. No warnings issued for boat owners near Goa coast. Bureau Report, GOA365 with inputs from IMD.
And with that, we have come to the end of this news bulletin. For more news and updates, log on to our website www.goa365.tv. You can also follow us on Facebook and YouTube at GOA365 TV. Until next time, take care, stay safe and keep watching GOA365.